So what a week, huh? Everybody, such interesting and challenging times right now in the United States. Um, people are having a lot of feelings right now. Some people are mad, others are scared, sad, others feel just completely extinguished. Um, it's important to know that all of these feelings are valid. We've all got a process to go through. Um, I don't think I wouldn't say that we weren't expecting that Trump would win over Harris. I think there was just so much hope that it wouldn't happen. That this feels like an especially hard blow. So it's really important right now that as a community, and when I say as a community, I don't just mean the trans community. I mean those of us who didn't vote for hatred. Important that we give each other space and try to support each other in whatever decisions we're making for our families right now. And those decisions are going to be different. Remember that. And that's okay. We, live in different parts of the country. Some of us live in red states, some live in blue states. And what we choose to do is going to be different depending on that. Same with whether we have family here or not, whether or not we're the breadwinner for a family or not. There's a million things that are going to cause people to make different decisions, and it's important that we support each other and we, don't fall into the bickering and hostility that oftentimes happens when people are in high stress situations. The other thing I just wanted to say, we've got to be careful to give everyone room to be on whatever spectrum of fear they're on. Some of us may not be as worried, and that's okay. Some of us we may be very worried, and that is also okay. We come at things from different angles, different levels of experience, different levels of toleration. Um, again, let's aim to stay together rather than divide. Um, I have had quite a few of you message me just wondering what I'm doing since the results came out. And so, I'm happy to share what I'm doing, um, but it doesn't mean that that's the plan for you. You've got to look at your own situation and kind of decide what's right for you and your family. Um, what I saw during the first Trump administration was a man in an administration that was able to rally up huge groups of people that all were either seeking to be hateful or were willing to look the other way when it came to throwing hate towards minorities and women. That continued during the Biden administration. The Democrats and liberals were not able to squash the hateful movement that surfaced, and in fact, it grew. The entire administration, it grew. And the fact that Trump won by such a landslide is proof of how strong that movement of hate is in the United States. There's just a huge hatred for women and minorities. And we have to admit, with all the terrible things about Trump, the man gets things done. Unfortunately, it's a hateful agenda. So, based on what I saw in his last administration, based on the momentum he kept going during the Biden administration, and based on what I know of his plans that are documented on his website, um, I don't have any reason to believe that he's not going to work very hard along with those he appoints to make all of his dreams come true, which unfortunately could be very, very bad for anyone that's not a cis white male. So, am I just going to up and leave my state or my country immediately right now? No, that wouldn't make sense. However, I am the main breadwinner for my family. I have two tween children um, and a wife. And it's important to me that I think ahead and I plan so that if the United States starts looking like a very, very unsafe place for me or my family, including my daughter, uh, I will leave. Um, but it's not going to be at a drop of the hat. So, the perspective I'm coming from is what can I do right now? What am I in control of right now that I can take care of while I do still have some time and safety? Because he doesn't take office until, January. And then even after that, there's still time. It's going to take time to push all of his executive orders through. It's going to take some time. So that gives us some time. So what am I doing? I'm making sure my documentation is in order for my name change, gender change, ID, passport, birth certificate. I'm making sure my marriage certificate's in order. All the birth certificates of my family, any of our personal documentation, I'm making sure it's in order, it's current, and it's all in one place. That's one thing that I'm doing. What else am I doing? I'm looking around at my house, my belongings, my assets. What can I do to simplify? There's nothing wrong with simplifying. It'd be a good thing to do anyway. But what can I do to simplify my life right now so that if I had to leave, it wouldn't be such a big push? What can I do to make my life in 6 months or 9 months or a year easier if I've got to leave the state or the country? There's a lot that can be done. I can get rid of so much stuff. I can unload so much stuff. We're drowning in stuff in this country, it seems. So that's a great thing to do. Okay, well, what else am I doing? Well, I'm looking around and thinking, okay, let's say the absolute worst case scenario happens and we need to leave this country because we feel like it's unsafe. Where am I going to go? What's the best place for my kids when it comes to their age, what they're doing in school, what they're interested in, the languages they know? Do I need to stay close to the United States because I may have, family that needs to be cared for? All those things are taken into consideration. So look at your family situation, your financial situation, your goals, and pick somewhere. If I had to leave, where would I go? And even if you feel like you don't have the means to leave, because I've heard this a lot online, people bad mouthing people because they're saying, oh, even getting to leave is a privilege. Well, yes, it is. And also, even if you feel like you don't have that privilege, make the plan. Make the plan. Because if push comes to shove, there are people that will help you leave. So make your plan. There's no reason not to. And it'll give you peace of mind. The other thing I really want to say is don't stop fighting. This is not the time to stop fighting. This is pushback. Of course, it's pushback. Hate always pushes back. So don't give up. Don't feel extinguished. Don't take it out on each other. This is the time to stand together and to not let fear overtake us. We are not in immediate danger. It certainly looks like danger is coming, but we have time to make a good plan for ourselves and to help each other out. With that, I just wanted to end with one final thing. I wanted to read you a poem that is something that I often read in times like this, because I've been in times like this, it seems more often than not in my life. And I feel like this is a good thing for us to all keep in mind as we're traversing the next 6 months to a year. Let's read it from my phone. So this is a poem by William Henley, and it's a poem about self-mastery, defiance, and resilience in the face of adversity. It's called Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. We've got this.